you moosh, moosh, moosh. And then you mush it, mush it, mush it. Hi guys, as you can tell by the title, we're gonna be doing an Amish bread. And what an Amish bread is that it's called a friendship bread. You start off with a starter batter. It's like sourdough. And then you're gonna keep doing mooshing the bag and adding and mooshing the bag and adding. And then at the end of this, you will be able to separate them and give everybody a starter bag, and then they can start. A lot of people start this Amish bread during the holiday. Like my friend started it, but I told her, just give me the cup where she's gonna make the bread and I'll go from there. I am Shirley Ann, Joyce's sister. So this is Cooking Semi-Homemade with Joyce. I guess you're not gonna come and be in the video right now. So let's get started. Here is the, so this is how, I can take this and make it into a starter, or I can use it to actually make the Amish bread. And this is sweet bread. And all you do is like day one, you moosh, moosh, moosh. And then you mush it, mush it, mush it up to day 5. Then you wanna add a cup of flour, a cup of milk, a cup of sugar, and then you're gonna mush the bag. And then you're gonna do that for 5 more days. On the 10th day, you're ready to start cooking the bread. And you're gonna measure it out. You're gonna add some more stuff. I'll put everything in the bottom of the thing, and then you're gonna separate it into 4 different cups, and that's when you go give it to 3 friends. Or you make all the bread yourself. So let's get started. It smells fermented. That's what it smells. But you know, a sourdough batter is something you can't just go make sourdough bread. You have to start with a starter batter. And some people keep this going all year, especially if you got a big family. They just make bread all year. But my thing is, once you get a starter kit, you know. But before you get a starter kit, you have to have 3 friends you want to give it to. And they're going to want to do that journey too. Or they could take that starter you give to them and make the bread. The recipe I'm going to put online is enough for 2 loaves. The one I'm going to do today is only going to be for 1 loaf because it's only me and my sister. We're going to start adding these 10 ingredients. And they said, now I preheated the oven to 325 and I'm going to just add it in the way it is. I'm going to add 2 eggs. 1 and 2. And that's being added to the starter batter that I had. And one of the tips is, do not use any type of metal spoon or bowl for mixing. Do not refrigerate. You do not even refrigerate your starter batter. And if air get into the bag, let it out. It is normal for batter to rise and bubble because what it's doing is fermenting. Now we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of oil. And then we're gonna add 1/4 cup of milk. Like I said, if you wanna do 2 loaves, you double up everything I'm putting in here and then make 2, but I only want 1. A 1/2 cup of sugar. A teaspoon of cinnamon. This bread is really good though. It's really good. Oh my God. Teaspoon of cinnamon. 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. 1/4 of baking soda. 1/4 of salt. And 1 cup of flour. I'm gonna use a half a bag of this vanilla pudding. This is 5.1 ounce. I should have just got the smaller box. So that is half of the pudding. And now we're gonna mix all of this together. Just remember, no metal. You can't even cook it in a metal pan. Everything has to be either glass or plastic or wooden spoon. Let me see. And it says if you keep the starter for yourself, you could be making bread every 10 days. You know what you can also do if you're gonna do this like for the Christmas, because this is like the holiday thing. If you want to do this for Christmas, what you would do is you would cook the whole, make 10 loaves from your starter thing. Because each one of the cups you take out of the last load, you can add this to it and make 2 loaves, 2 loaves, 2 loaves. And you could just give the loaves away. I did it last year with the starter thing, but I was like, I told her, this year just give me a bag so I could just bake the bread, because you don't want to forget to moosh the bag. Let me spray my little glass. It says grease the pan, so I'm going to use the no baking spray. Now for this Amish bread, you're gonna take 1/4 cup of sugar, which I have in this bowl. It's like a very spicy like bread to me. And then you're gonna put in 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. And since you can't use metal, I don't have a plastic whisk. I'm gonna mix it with this little spoon. I'm not Amish, but I like the bread. From what, you know, I made one last year. Okay, now this is mixed together. You already greased the pan. You have to put half of that on the bottom. Okay, half, and then now you're gonna put the batter into this pan. And did you hear the oven already hit 325. This is how it looks now, and I'm going to sprinkle the remainder sugar on the top. My friend gonna be so proud. You know, people like it when if they give you something and you use it and you like it. And I like it the last time. I was supposed to do a video at that time and I was like, I didn't do it because I was tired. And you know, she thinks of me as a friend. So she gave me one of the cups. The thing is though, this is a task when somebody give you the starter thing. So let me put this in the oven, and it should be in the oven for, I don't remember this part, but it gotta cook for 1 hour. So I put it on my center rack. I'm gonna put a timer on it. I'm gonna put the timer for 55 minutes so I can go check it. But 1 hour in the oven. And like I say, you can start this now and you can have bread all the way up into Christmas. So you can also share this bread with friends, give them all a starter kit every time you do it. But it just, you know, depending on how many friends you have and you keep doing it, you have to give 3 away, keep 1, 3 away, keep 1. Or you can bake 10 loaves of bread, like I said, and give out the bread. Or you can bake them all. They freeze really well, she told me, really well they freeze. And then you could just bring them out for Thanksgiving and Christmas and January and February. Or you could just give them to your friends and tell them not to give you a bag back. So I will see you in an hour, but it's gonna be a second to you guys. My sister probably come with the word. So guys, since I'm doing the video, I'm gonna bring you the word. Psalms 8 and 3 through 4. When I consider thy heavens, the works of thy fingers, the moon and the stars which thou hast ordained. What is man that thou art mindful of him, and the son of man that thou visitest him? This scripture speaks to me, and I always, in the mornings, I do affirmations. And I go outside and I look up at the skies. And he created all of that. And when they use the works of thy fingers, like his fingers, like you look at, you so powerful that you created all of that, and yet and still, you love me unconditionally. You love me, that is in your word, that nothing can separate your love from me. No matter what I do, I can always come to you and get forgiveness and get pure love. That you are mindful of us, Lord, that he is mindful of us. So every day, think about that. No matter what you're going through or where you're at in your life, know that God knows and he is there for you. All you have to do is call upon him and know the God that you serve is the one that created all of the universe. All of them. So I'll see you when the Amish cake come out of the oven. So guys, we're back and the oven has went off. I had to leave it in here for 1 hour and 5 minutes. So you know everyone's oven varies. Let's get a look. It's gonna have to cool. It's pretty. It smells so good. It here smells like the holidays. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that cool down, and then I'll be back and we'll have a taste of our Amish bread. They call it a bread, but it's more like a cake. So guys, we're back, and this is how the Amish bread look. It look like a loaf. So we're gonna taste. I'm touching. I need a ring knife. It's got bread. Okay. I had to go get a bread knife. That's a butter knife. The sheet I had. Edges are crunchy. Look. It looks orangey like in there. Oh, it's hot. Let me tell you the first thing I thought of having with it, butter. So I'm gonna call my sister. She's gonna come and try it with us, with me. I don't like it. You don't want to pick up cake. Joyce. And it have crunchy edges. She loved to say crispy bits. I'm just break off a piece. Because it's like a banana nut bread, and you know banana nut bread tastes like a cake too. It's good. Very unique flavor to me. You would think it's gonna be cinnamon.
Yeah.
But it's Christmassy.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know what is causing it to be the Christmassy flavor. Maybe the way you ferment it over time.
That's delicious. Even with the sugar sprinkle on the top, it's not too sweet.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just go with a good cup of coffee in the morning, sitting on your back porch, looking at the sunrise. That's my dream.
I think it would be good with some butter. Or, I love peanut butter.
I don't know peanut butter.
For me, I think it'd be good with some peanut butter.
All right. This is real good.
Well, I'm going to try it and see. Yeah, it's good.
So guys, we want to thank you for stopping by and watching our video. And we will see you in our next upload. Real good.
You can take it to work?
If it wasn't so late, I'd eat more.